Hi, I'm Ian. I'm a chef here in Minneapolis, and I'm going to show you how to make a French toast using the AcreMade Egg Substitute. Okay, first things first, we're going to add water and milk to our powdered eggs to make our batter. Water goes in. I like to add soy milk to this just to add a little more depth of flavor, add a little richness as well. And then we're going to add the powdered egg as well. Again, when we're incorporating this, we're adding the dry to the wet, and we're going to break up all the clumps so that it's a nice homogeneous mixture. That'll keep our texture as eggy as possible when we're making the French toast in the pan as well. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, about 2 tablespoons. Some fresh vanilla bean. Get that mixed up. And with dishes that tend to be overly sweet, I like to add some fresh citrus just to break it up and make it a little more interesting, elevate the flavors a little bit. So we're gonna add some orange zest to this batter. And I'm just gonna use a grater here and do some really large grates. And we'll serve it with the inside orange slices as well. So this recipe calls for 1 orange, and every orange is different, so kind of use your best judgment and just get the best zest from that orange. So we're gonna set that aside, and we're gonna prep that orange, that same orange, for garnish in this dish. To use the whole orange here, I'm gonna cut the top and the bottom off. And then I'm gonna peel it using a sharp knife. This knife cut's called a supreme. We're gonna cut out all the pith and just have the beautiful cara orange on the plate. We're gonna squeeze a little of the juice out, and so it's best to work over a bowl when you're doing this. And I'm just gonna cut between here, pop out these perfect little slices. We're gonna add a lot to the final presentation of this. And so this technique works really well with all citrus because they're all the same shape. And we're gonna do a grapefruit done the same way. And that's the citrus that we'll have for a garnish. Now we'll set aside our scraps, and we're gonna cut the bread. So for this recipe, I chose a baguette. A baguette's one that you don't see very often, and it's gonna give us a very different dynamic shape on the plate. And it'll add some interest value as well. And so I'm gonna cut this on a bias, on an angle like this to get some nice long pieces of baguette. And I'm gonna cut them a little bit thinner, keep it a little more delicate, not as big and bulky on the plate. If you have a stale baguette, this is a good recipe to use because the batter will soften it and it'll get crispier on the griddle. With our sliced baguette, we're gonna add it to the batter we made. And I usually just toss it all in and move it around, get it ready for firing on the flat top. So I'll just move this around, get it nice and coated on every layer. This AcreMade egg makes a really great French toast batter, and the smell of the orange is really making this, it's making my mouth water. Soaking the French toast is really up to the staleness of the bread, what type of bread you're using. This stuff wasn't super stale, so I only had it in the batter for a couple minutes. Once it hits the flat top, you're just cooking it to get a little bit of color, and it's only gonna be about 3-4 minutes on each side. Once I can start to see the color on the side, you know it's time to flip my French toast. I can get a lot of nice golden brown color. That's kind of what we're looking for. Okay, once we get 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes on the other side, then we're ready to take it off. We'll put it onto another plate just to carry it over to our plating station. We got a lot of nice golden brown color. The sugar helps in that, but the egg as well gets good color when it's heated up. So with this French toast, I'm gonna serve yogurt, the 2 citrus with pistachios and a maple butter. First thing on the plate is yogurt. This is an almond milk yogurt that's actually fermented in the same way as cow's milk yogurt. And I really like the flavor, and I think it adds a nice little sour note to all these other sweet flavors. Another really great way to cut the richness in a really overly sweet dish. And we're gonna put our French toast on the plate here. We'll add a couple pieces of our grapefruit here and the cara orange. We'll add some more of this cara orange here. And then we'll add our pistachios. Then the final garnish for this is a maple butter. So it's just softened plant-based butter with whipped maple syrup added.